Artificial intelligence seems to be reshaping everything from employment to education. Florida state lawmakers tried to get ahead of possible impacts, good or bad, but the governor vetoed it. Take a look. House Bill 827 would have studied how AI could impact the state's workforce. What industries are most at risk? Changes in wages? What skills will be in demand? And how to prepare Floridians for a rapidly changing job market. The bill passed with near unanimous support, just one lawmaker voting no. But Governor Ron DeSantis vetoed the proposal, arguing it would be obsolete given how fast AI is evolving. Days later, in an unrelated event, the governor warned AI is, quote, very dangerous, end quote, and pledged to develop a plan to address that. So was this a smart move or a missed opportunity? Danny, I'll start with you.
Well, once ASI, artificial superintelligence, is achieved, I believe that technological jump will be like handing a caveman an iPhone. That's how huge this is. Elon Musk has already said many times there's a 10 to 20% chance this will be bad. But that means there's an 80 to 90% chance this is going to be a good thing.
So why not do the research? Why not approve the research that the legislature approved nearly unanimously?
Sure, because I can tell you this document right here, like 6 pages, I typed in one sentence asking Grok, this particular one, can you give me some information on the new condominium document? It's all right there, everything I need to know. Now, you got to research a little bit, make sure it's not lying to you, because I think it does propose some lies. Just use an AI and say, hey, what's this going to be? That is the effect. Why would we spend money as a legislature, as a taxpayer, when the system's already in place to ask the question? Seriously.
One of the things that the legislators said when they approved it on their end was that it would be good for the research to show some of the areas of vulnerability, right? Industries and levels of professionals that might be negatively impacted in the news business, for example. How are you seeing AI really change the dynamic, Rebecca?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's tough because people will go in and ask these AI chat bots a question and not realize that it's pulling the information from different sources. So at least in the case of journalism, the chatbot might be able to pull from the New York Times, but if it puts the New York Times out of business, it has nowhere to pull from. So it's definitely tricky.
What did you think about that, Joseph? You're smirking, so I know something is going on.
You know me too well.
Yes,
my mind goes 10 million miles an hour. This was a bipartisan bill. One of the few bipartisan things we see in Tallahassee. The logic that the governor said was that by the time this comes into effect, it'll be obsolete. So by pushing it back now, it's becoming more and more obsolete. You have House Bill 757 that passed in 2004 to help, campaign. Advertisements. You had House Bill, good God, 191 that AI and children's pornography. So these type of bills have already been passed. This bill, in my opinion, AI is out of its infancy and is coming into its tweens now. Yep. And we need to have some sort of regulation on it now and make sure that it just doesn't get out of hand.
Going off of that, it didn't make it into the final law that passed, but one of the earlier iterations of the congressional Big Beautiful Bill had a provision that would have prevented state and local governments from enacting AI regulations. So it may be better to be sooner rather than later on this sort of thing.
And should each state, 50 states, have their own regulation regulating a system that is global? We need a national legislation to control, well, not control AI, because you're not going to control it, but at least have some safeguards and put some guardrails in there. But honestly, I think, the guardrails, you train a child to do the right thing, and they grow up, this is what you do, this is how you act when you grow up, and that's wonderful, and most all of them do, and I've got great ones. Some don't.
Some don't.
Well, AI is also given those guardrails. Is all of AI going to be great? There could be some issues, so we do need a national discussion on it. But I think right now it's U.S. against China, against the other world population. Who's going to be there first?
Right.
So it's out of control.
Now, Lissette, we talked about how this is going to affect Florida in the future, and we are a right-to-work states. Are unions going to have a uprising saying, wait a second, no, you're going to affect our workers with AI? How are we going to prevent that here in this state?